Hello guys, and welcome to our new video tutorial. In this video tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to write an HTML program to display a login form, or how to make a login form using HTML and CSS. Remember, HTML is a programming language used to design the layout of the web pages, and CSS is a programming language used for styling HTML web pages. The combination of both the HTML and the CSS can enable us to come up with a very fascinating web pages of a website. So in this tutorial, I'm just gonna show you how you can use the two web development or web pages development programming languages, that is HTML and CSS, to write or to come up with a login form. And we are simply going to use the notepad. So without wasting much time, let us proceed into the business. So I'm gonna open my notepad here, and then I'm going to start writing my HTML. You know, the default format of any HTML document is we have the header file, that is exclamation mark doctype HTML, doctype HTML. HTML should be in small letters. Doctype HTML. Then we have the next line should be HTML. Then we have the head. Then after the head, we have the closing of the head. Let us close the head. Close. Then after closing the head, we have the body. Then after we have the container tag for the body, that is open the body, then again close the body. We are going to close the body. Let us close the body. Then after that, we then close HTML. Then close HTML. These are the container tags of any HTML document. We can increase the font so that they can be clear. So we can make our font to be, let's say, 18, or let's just make them to be 22, so that they can appear to be bigger. So we have the container tag for the head. Within the head tags, we can have the title. Then from there, we have the body container tag. Here is where we can now have paragraphs, among others. Then from there, we close the HTML. So it's like HTML tags is the parent tag for both the head tag and the body tag. So from there, let's start writing our HTML document to display the login form. So we are going to begin with the title tag, and title tag we are going to embed it in the head section. So within the head section, we are going to have the title tag, and then we have login form. Our title is login form. Remember, HTML is not case sensitive, so login form design. So we have login form design. Then we close our title. Then from there, that is having embedded our title on the head section. Then from there, we are going to the body section, and in the body section, we are going to use an attribute called div attribute, and we are going to have a class called login, class login box. Then from there we are going to insert our login image logo, and we are going to have image attribute, that is image, whose source will come from our folder. The source for our image will come from the folder. So the image logo for login is a PNG picture or image entitled login.png. That's to show it's a PNG type of image. Then class equals login. Class equals login. Then after that, we are going to close. Image attribute is a single tag, so we are going to close our image attribute. So from there, we are going to first save our HTML document. Control S. Then we are going to save it on desktop, and we are going to select a folder called my HTML tutorials login form, and then we are going to save it here as index.html. If you are able to see, there are pictures here. The pictures we are going to use as a background, and as even the image icon should be located in the same folder as the HTML document. So there are pictures here that we already have. The login, which is a PNG image for our login icon, and the car racing picture that will be embedded as our background image. So from there, we are going to save our HTML document as index.html. Save. Then from there, we are going to proceed by now writing our HTML document. Already we have inserted the login image icon. Then from there, we are going to introduce the heading using heading tag h1, that is the heading tag. Then login here. I'm going to say login here. Login here. Then we close our heading tag h1. Then from there, we are going to create a form using form attribute, the tag form. From there, we are going to introduce a paragraph tag. Then we are going to say have username. Then we are going to close our paragraph tag. Then from there, we are going to go to the input tag, which is input type. We are going to have input type to be text for our username. Input type to be text for our username, and that is name is equal space, then now placeholder to be enter username. Then after that, we are going to proceed to another paragraph for password. So the paragraph tag again P. Then we are going to have no password here. Password. Then we close the paragraph tag for password. Then from there we are going for input type for password, and we are going to have input type for password to be equals to password. Input type to be equal to password. Then its name to be blank, and placeholder to be enter password. So that's the placeholder for our password. Enter password. Then we close our input type tag. It's also a single tag, remember. Then after that, we are going to input type again. Input type for submission or submit button. Input type equals submit. Input type equals submit. Then name equals blank, and value equals login. Then we close the input type tag. Then from there, we are going to put a link. The link tag is ahref equals to hashtag lost your password. Then close the link tag. Then we shall put a break so that the new code or the new link will be displayed on a new line. So let's put break. break tag. Then we put another link tag, ahref equals hashtag don't have an account. Then we close again the link tag. Then after that we close our form. So our form ends there. After closing the form is the child tag for the div tag. So after closing the form, we close the div tag. Then that is the end of our HTML form. So let's say Control S. Then after that, let's see how our HTML form is doing. So we have our HTML form here, index. So if you double click the form, let's see how it is displayed. So this is how our form is displayed out up to here. So after that, we can then again proceed to see how to make this form now looks again better. So we are still going to our document. We are going to open a new notepad. Then this one is going to be for CSS document. So we are going to start writing our CSS document. Let's start by body. So we are going to use external CSS so that we define and we style the HTML document we have just written. So we are going to start embedding HTML or CSS code rather in the body section of the HTML. So we are going to start from the body. Then let's have the margin. Our margin to be 0. Our margin to be 0. Or let's say O. Then we are going to have the padding also to be 0. Then we are going to have background URL to be, because we want to embed a caressing picture to be on our background. So we are going to have car dot jpg. Then we are going to have background size to be our background size to be cover. Then we are going to have a background position at the center. Background position to be at the center. And then we are going to have font family to be sans serif. Then after that, we are going to close the body tag. Then the CSS tag or the CSS code will not take effect unless it is linked to the HTML document. So let's go back to our HTML document to link the CSS. So we are going to have our HTML document, then we are going to use it to link CSS. So we are going to put a link on the head section after the title. We are going to connect our CSS to the HTML. So we are going to embed a link there, the head section. So we are going to have a link relative to style sheet type equals to text stock CSS href equals style dot css. That's how to link a CSS document to HTML document. So from there we are going to save our CSS document as style.css. So we are going to again open our CSS document and save it, Control S, save it as style.css. Then we save it there. So from there we are also going to save changes we have made in our HTML document with Control S. Then we are going to start proceeding to our browser to see the kind of changes. So we are just going to refresh our browser. You can see the background image has already been inserted, but still it has got some weird look. So we are going to proceed to our CSS document to continue styling the HTML outlook or the HTML form outlook further. So we are going to proceed to each of the individual elements for our HTML document and we are going to style them. So still on CSS we are going to start with login box. So we are going to have login box and we are going to style it. Let's have its width to be, let's say 320 pixels. Then as you can see, the login box is the first element in our CSS. The login box here, the first class. So we are going to proceed to each and every individual elements, styling them so that the appearance can be pretty. So width for our login box should be, we should put it at 320 pixels. Then height, let's put the height to be, let's put it maybe to be 420 pixels. Then we can proceed to background to be, let's put the background to be like red. So that is hashtag 000. Then we proceed to color, background white, then color should be hashtag F. Then we can go to the appearance from the top margin. So top, we can put it to be 20% from top of the screen, and then from left of the screen, we can put it to be 50% from left. Then from there, every code for every line for CSS should be ending with the same colon. Then from there we are going to have its position to be absolute position, then transform, we are going to translate it, negative 50%. Then box sizing, we're going to have box sizing, our box sizing to be border box. Then after that, we're putting our box sizing to be border box. Then we are going to pad our form. So padding to be 70 pixels against 30 pixels. 70 against 30 pixels. Then we close the login box using closing curly brace. Then after that we are going to our login. Again, if you look at here, our HTML form, the second element we have the login image, this login PNG. Then we have the header 1 login here. So after formatting the login box, we are going to proceed to the login, the second line, then the statement of the header of the heading, like that as we proceed down. So back to our styling sheet, that is CSS. So far we can save the changes and see how it displays now. If you refresh, you can see now at least the form has been displayed at the center. still you need to do more so that we can make the lookout or the outlook to appear better. So we are going back to our styling sheet, that is style.css, and we are proceeding to login. So login, what we are going to check there is the width. Again, we're going to check on width, and width we are going to put it to be 100 pixels. 100 pixels. Height, again 100 pixels. Then we are going to have the border radius to be 50%. Border radius 50%. Then its position to be absolute, and its appearance from top to be negative 50 pixels. Negative 50 pixels. Then let's put this one and terminate that one with a semicolon. And from there, its appearance from left should be put to be, or we should calculate it to be 50% against negative 50%. So that's almost appearance at the center. So that is calc 50%. Then what we are also going to consider is its termination. That's we are going to process using a curly brace. And from there, that one we are done with the login attribute. Then we are going to proceed to header 1, that is h1. So header 1, h1, again opening the curly brace, we are going to make its margin to be 0. Then padding, we are going to pad it 0.20 pixels. Then we are going to align its text align at the center. Then its font size should be 22 pixels. Then we terminate it by closing the curly brace. That's already done with the header 1. So from there, we are going again to the login box. That's again .login box. Then what we should have there is paragraph, login box paragraph. We are going to have margin for our paragraph to be 0. Margin to be 0. Then we are going to have to padding to be 0 as well. Then we are going to give it a font weight to be bold. Then we are going to terminate that paragraph there. So there again, login, we are going to proceed to login box input. So login box input, and we are going to make its width to be 100%, with 100%. Then margin bottom to be 20 pixels. We should terminate every line with a semicolon. Then after that, we are going to proceed to its termination using closing curly brace. Then from there, we are going to proceed to login box input. That is not login box input type, type text, input type text, and let's make inputs again input type password, password, input type password, and what are we going to expect there? Open curly brace. We are going to expect the border to be none. Then border bottom to be 1 pixel solid. Then we give it the color, this hashtag #F. Then background to be transparent, background to be transparent, Having done that, we are going to have an outline to be none. Then after that, its height to be 40 pixels, Then color to be #F. Then font size to be 16 pixels. Then we are going to terminate that, the inputs termination using a closing curly brace. Then from there, we are going to still proceeding with input or login box. Now the input type submit. Remember, we had the 3 inputs. If you look at our HTML form, we have the 3 inputs. We have input type text, input type password, and input type submit. So here already we have styled the 2 inputs, that is input type text and input type password. So we are styling input type submit. So we are going to proceed to our CSS, and still on login box, we can just copy this to avoid too much typing. Control C, then we paste, Control V. So input box, login box, input type submit. Then hover, let's have some hover there. Then open curly brace, cursor, the cursor should be the pointer. Then background to be, let's put it to be yellow. Then color blue. Background yellow here means there was some typing error there. Background, again here background here yellow means if the cursor will be pointed across the button submit, then the yellow color will be seen or will be appearing. So, but the color should be blue. So background yellow, color blue. Then from there we terminate the styling. Using the closing curly brace. Then from there we are going to still login box. So Control V, login box. But now the input type A. So input A, that is for the link. Input A. Let's go to text decoration, text decoration to be none. Then font size to be 12 pixels. Then line height to be 20 pixels. Then color, let's put color to be dark gray. Then after that we terminate using closing curly brace. Then again not login box, it is still Control V, login box, input a hoover. When the cursor is passed through the link, it should at least be changing colors. That's what we mean by hoover. So a.hoover, opening curly brace, color should be changing. So let's give this color to be HFC 107. Then close the curly brace. So that's all about our styling. So let's cross check for any typing error that may be there, which is none. Then again, after that let's then save our file. Save. The keyboard shortcut for save can be Control S or Control plus S. So after that, let's see how our form is now being displayed. So we are again going to refresh, and this is now how our form displays. As you can see, our login icon is at the left side of the form, and it's supposed to be at the center. So still we are going to, but you can see now you are at least able to type name, say name national, then password RT. You can see password is the characters are hidden. Then the login form, the hoover button, you can see as it appears. Then again, even for the link, the hoover color is changing upon the cursor passing there. So guys, let's again go over our form to see where there is an error. Like here, hoover should be single O. Then let's again go through and see. Go through and see. Sans serif. Here we should be putting an hyphen. Then after that, login left, calculate 50% minus 50 pixel. Let's change this one to pixel. Then after that, we can then save. We can then save the form and then see how our form is doing. Refresh. You can see now the icon here has appeared at the center. Then let's go back to again style the login box, because still it doesn't appear good. So let's go back to our CSS, and then on top of login box, input type submit, we can add another login box. Login box, input type, login box input type submit, input type submit. Then in between we can again do some styling, beginning with the border of the login box. Let the border be border none, and background to be hashtag FB 2525. Then outline to be none. Then height to be 40 pixels. Then color to be hashtag TF. And then font size to be 18 pixels. 18 pixels with the font size. Then border radius to be 20 pixels. Then after that, let's again save our form or our HTML document, and then see how our form is doing. Refresh. You can see now the login is again changed. So now our login form is complete. You can key in the username as well as the password. So next thing, to validate this our form so that we can regulate the number of characters in a password and even the username. Otherwise, for now, our main objective has been achieved, and I'll just say thank you very much for watching, and let us meet in the next video tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe and give our video a thumbs up. Also remember to share and comment or share your thoughts in the comment section. Bye.